Okay, hello everyone. This is going to be a quick video to show you how to get your site circulation designed and rendered in Photoshop. So let me just go back to model space and we'll kind of look at what we have. The key to doing this is just to have things on appropriate layers. So let me pull my layers up so you can see. So I have annotations, entourage for vehicles, hardscape parking, striping is on a separate layer. What's that? I'm not even sure what that is. So I think I switched that to flat work at some point. So all of everything you see here is flat work so that I can do a lay ISO. And I'm gonna hit S for settings and make sure that it's on off. And when I select that now, you all should see that yes, I have nice, clean outline so I can drop color blocks into this. You don't need to render your building. My buildings are on another layer, so I can just turn those on too. But that'll give me my first base. So that's the key to this, is just having things on the appropriate layers. And then my evergreen trees are on a layer, my canopy trees are on a layer. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to just delete that shadow. So I'm going to double click. These are blocks. So I'm going to say OK, and just delete that shadow and close block editor and save changes, because I'm just going to drop shadow from Photoshop. I'm going to do the same thing in here as well. I'm just going to grab this. And PS, oh, close. Yes. Okay. Cool beans. So I have that. Let's turn everything on again, and we'll do it from layout. Now in your layouts, I made it 24 by 36 inches, the ones that you have, so you shouldn't have to worry about it. This is an 11 by 17, but the same principles will apply. So in my viewport, I have my viewport locked. So if I go PS for paper space, I'm back in paper space where my title block layer is. This is on title block. I have it locks. When I double click, I have this lock button hit so that when I move in and out, I can touch. It's basically I open my window, but it won't shift my scale when I zoom in and out. So the first thing I should do, paper space. Let me do a lay ISO, and I'm gonna click just on the title block stuff, and then I'm gonna say Control P. I'm gonna say continue. Before that, so it doesn't prompt me forever and a day, I'm gonna say Page Setup Manager. I'm going to modify and DWG to PDF. And this is a 24 by, well, this is actually 11 by 17, so that's fine. Also, I'm going to make this print black. I'm not using my land effects settings because I'm not using land effects for this particular project. So I'm going to click here. I don't have my black settings here, so I'm just going to do another one. And I'm going to say start from scratch, next. And I'm going to say all black. And then next. Plot style table editor. And it'll give me all the colors. I'm just going to grab it, hold shift, click, get all of them and make them black, and then save and close, and then finish, display my plot styles, okay, close. Good. So I'm going to Control P this. I'm going to say okay, and I'm going to put this on my desktop in a folder. I'm going to create a new folder for it. I'm going to say kickouts. Circulation. I'm gonna double click in here. I'm gonna call this just title block so I can see it. Oh, okay, beautiful. I'm going to lay on, and I'm going to double click in this now. I'm going to start isolating. So the first thing I'm going to do is really, you can do it over here too, whatever is easier for you to do. I'm going to put myself on layer 0 actually and turn off title block, and I'm going to turn off really everything but my building and my flat work. Okay, and PS. Oops. I'm just going to put the title block back on because I want to have that line. So then I'm going to say Control P, and I'm going to call this just like flat work. Say okay, and I'm going to go into kickouts, start circulation, flat work. Yay. Okay. Now I can turn my flat work off and my building off, I can put in that parcel line so I can separate it. Just show you it's easy to separate these things once you have it. Let's say okay, and this is my parcel outline. Cool. You can bring in your hatches. I'm not going to do that for this one. I'm just going to focus on the trees. So I'm going to do the canopy trees first, Control V. And I'm going to continue. And this is canopy. All right. And this is going to be my evergreen. And evergreen. Okay. And I want my striping to be on too. Okay. And then I want my vehicles. And then I'll have my annotation. And let me turn the title block off too. Should have probably done that before. It's okay. And this is going to be annotation. So just separating everything basically in layers so you can more easily render. So now that I have all these things kicked out, I am just going to go into Photoshop and I'm going to say open. I'm going to navigate to my desktop. Where am I kick out there? Let me grab my Flatwork. And it should prompt you. I want my media box, not bounding box. Make sure the resolution should just default for all of them. So that's it. And I'm going to call this Flatwork immediately so I can just distinguish. I'm going to create a layer. And I'm going to go over here to my fills and just do an edit. Fill with the foreground color. And so I can see it. And now I'm going to do my first layer of color. So I'm going to say, let's call it color, and I'm going to call this, I'll call it lawn. All right. And then I'll do another one, and I'll say color, and I'll say asphalt. So go back here, I'm going to hit W for Magic Wand. I'm going to make sure that I'm on Magic Wand and contiguous is selected. And I'm going to select in here. I'm going to go to my asphalt color and just kind of find a gray. I don't want to be too dark. Edit, fill, foreground color. Cool. Then I want to do my, I'm going to just make all that grass just to make it easy, just to show. So I'm back to my Flatwork. My contiguous is still on. I'll hold Shift this time. I'm going to grab a green color, kind of like a willow. And then edit, fill, Shift F5 if it's working for you. I'm trying to drop that in. And then maybe a color for concrete. Concrete, Flatwork again. And that'll be my, zoom in too to grab that if I really wanted to. Okay. I'm just going to grab that one line. We'll do that. Oops, I'll do that. I'll read. Oops. So I'm just holding Shift for this and Shift clicking. Again, my contiguous is on. Contiguous is not on. It won't work. That one took. That's interesting. Okay, and then I'll go to my concrete color and just something a little lighter. I'm gonna do Shift F5 for me. Boom. So I got my concrete in there now. Cool. On my way. So then I'm gonna go to Control O, and I'm gonna grab the canopy trees. Media box, it's fine. I'm gonna say Control A just for everything. Control C for copy. I'm gonna come back here and then edit. Paste in place so it just falls in place. This is gonna be above my flat work. I'm gonna call this canopy trees. I don't want to have a double title block, so I'm going to use my marquee tool and just select my trees around this, and then I'm going to do a Control-Shift-I to invert the selection and hit delete, so it deletes the extra line work. And then I'm going to hit my W for Magic Wand again and click on the outside of these and use the same technique again, Control-Shift-I to invert my selection. And then I'm going to do another color layer. And I'm going to call this Canopy Trees. And I will just grab a green and look okay, maybe a little bit darker, and then Shift F5. There goes my green, and then I want to reduce my fill just a little bit, and then I can also drop shadow on these things and kind of give it some, some height and change the angle a little bit maybe. That looks good. I guess if the sun's coming from the direction, let it push though. All right, cool. And then I'll keep it moving. Just delete it as I don't need it. Control O. I'll go to my evergreen. Use my marquee tool and just select the evergreens this time. And then Control, copy. And then edit special, paste in place. So those line up the same way. And this is going to be evergreen trees, and it's going to be above my line mark. And same technique, Magic Wand, outside, Control-Shift-I to invert my selection. I'm going to go here. This is going to be color. And this is going to be evergreen. And I'm going to get something a little bit darker. Just use the same. Make it a little bit more blue. There you go. And evergreen color, I'm going to do my Shift F5 for my foreground fill. Boom. Control D to deselect. And then I can just, drop a shadow on that as well. It's going to make it the same direction, so that's nice. Yeah. And then I'll keep it moving. I need to draw striping. Say okay. And I'm going to grab on the outside here. Hard to see it, but I'm going to copy. I think that's right. And then I'm going to come up here and then Control-Shift-V, which is paste in place the same way. And this is striping. And what I'm going to do for this one, I'm actually going to do a color overlay. Instead of blue, I'm going to make it white. So they stand out a little bit. You can also add some stroke to it maybe. So maybe my stroke is here. Stroke color is going to be white too. Just so it has some outside. There you go. Just so it stands out a little bit more. And I don't need to do anything else with that. That's cool. Let me get rid of this. And then I'm going to grab my vehicles. Kind of in the same way. My marquee tool, M for marquee tool. I'm just grabbing the information that I need. Control C, edit, paste special, paste in place. There goes your cars. So I can make them white too. I'm just going to say cars. I'm going to do the inversion thing on this one though. And then Control-Shift-I. And then another color layer. And I'm just going to make those white. And Shift F5. Bam, kind of get in there. And then really it's just going to be my annotation, I believe. citation. Okay. Grab that, Control C, here, up here, Control Shift V, and there you have it for a very quick rendering. And you can always play with the colors, and you can go in and burn and do stuff, but this is very quick and not dirty, but just quick. But just to show you, I can, go in and begin to burn if you're willing to get on these layers and start making things look a little bit better. Again, not required, but you can go on your asphalt and, let me turn down my exposure a little bit and just kind of grab that edge. Turn it up a little bit. Just kind of give it something. And not necessary, but it just helps give it some pop. And just real quick. Right, and there you have it. So once you have that done, you would just file, and I would save it as on my computer. I'm just going to call this rendering. And then say on my computer, save on my computer, kickouts. I'm actually going to call this a, whoops. I'm going to do is save a copy. I'm going to call it a JPEG. I'll make it medium. It's fine. Boom. And now that baby will be ready to print. So if I go to just explore it and find it on my desktop, and it should be here. And you have it on your jump drive. It should be 24 inches by 36 inches. You should be able to put it on your jump drive and plot it out in the plotter. If any questions, let me know.